This is CBC Here and Now.
I'm having dinner with some friends in Clarenville tonight. This is part of a much larger Halloween display that has the whole community talking. I'll tell you more about that coming up on Here and Now.
Had I revealed information during the course of an investigation which caused the investigation to fail, you, Anthony Germain, would be having a very different discussion with me saying, how could you possibly have let that happen, Minister Byrne?
Jerry Byrne speaks to me about the salmon die-off on the south coast, just as we're learning that the Privacy Commissioner is going to investigate what the government knew and whether it should have told the public more. And that's where we start tonight. The Privacy Commissioner is going to look into the massive salmon deaths off of Newfoundland's south coast. NDP MHA James Dinn asked the office to look into the details that the Fisheries Department could or should have shared about that situation. You may recall more than 2.5 million salmon died at Northern Harvest Fish Farm cages in Fortune Bay early last month. Fisheries Minister Jerry Byrne had said he didn't have the authority to tell the public. Now, Byrne has also written the Privacy Commissioner outlining his point of view, and in that letter, he says the Department of Fisheries never immediately reported salmon mortalities in the past. And he wrote, the pre-existing practice of the department was not to proactively disclose. And he says, I have never been comfortable with that. Byrne says he felt he had to speak out after the salmon deaths became public knowledge. He wrote, once the issue had become a matter of public discussion, I believe I was compelled to release details that I was aware of regarding the mass mortality event to answer public questions. Now, Byrne also said that privacy legislation prevented him from going public, but when Here and Now asked his department for specific sections of the law or any such regulations, we didn't receive any answers. Now, Byrne says the policy around public disclosure is going to change after a 2-year study. Now, we've been requesting interviews with Mr. Byrne for a couple of weeks now, and today he agreed to an interview.
The past government took a formal decision not to disclose anything. And Anthony Germain, what you also know now is that from 2012 to 2014, over 4 million fish perished from 7 different events where there was no disclosure. That was the set pattern, so we decided to change that because that was not acceptable to me, and as a result, new regulations come into place that the industry will disclose.
Well, Jerry Byrne and I get into an interesting discussion on this topic, and you should tune in and see that entire interview in about 25 minutes.
Well, on this Halloween night, I have a forecast that might shake you to the bones. We do have some warmer air moving in for the island, but up through Labrador, first significant snowfall for most of us. I'll have all the scary details coming up.
That was awesome.
Can you believe you got to talk to Terry Fox's brother?
Yeah,
You are probably the luckiest kid.
probably.
7-year-old Ethan Smallwood's Halloween just got a little more special. His message from Terry Fox's brother is coming up next on Here and Now. A Royal Newfoundland Constabulary officer has been charged with assault and causing a disturbance. The RNC confirmed the charges in a statement today. The constable has been placed on administrative duties pending the outcome of court proceedings. The incident has not been forwarded to Newfoundland and Labrador's Serious Incident Response Team as it doesn't meet the criteria. Well, there's nothing left in Wards Harbour. Earlier this week, 4 cabins in the small area north of Springdale were destroyed by fire. And it's not the first time. Here Now's Troy Turner reports.
They used to be second homes. Now they're piles of rubble. A kid's bicycle, kettles, a child's shovel, cast iron bed frames crumpled under the extreme heat.
This is unbelievable. Like, what kind of nerve you got, right? And I mean, our kids are devastated. They dearly loved it down here. Dearly loved it.
Oxford learned of the fires Monday afternoon. Right away, he left Springdale and traveled down the 14-kilometer woods road to get here.
See, when I got up the road there, Before even turning in towards Arbor, I could see the smoke and the haze, and I could smell it, and I said, oh my God, it's gone. Like, everything is gone.
This is the second time this has happened to Lester Roberts. His first cabin was burned 2 years ago. The only difference? Last time he received an anonymous call saying the building was about to be torched.
I came down there and the RCMP came down with me, and I gave him the statement on everything, you know, and what happened and whatever, and he took pictures of it, and you know, so that's all came out of that. We didn't hear anything afterwards, right?
Following the fire, he and a friend decided to build onto an existing place. Now, that's been destroyed too.
You come here to your cabin, right, and you meet one another at the cabin and have a little party, have little meals and this together and whatever, right? And it was enjoyable, right?
The RCMP says the fires are suspicious and it's investigating.
While it's still maybe too early to tell if cabin owners here plan to rebuild, there is one common thread among them all, and that is they want justice. Cabin owners here want somebody held responsible for these actions, and they're hoping that charges will follow. Troy Turner, CBC News, Wards Harbor.
There are signs of progress on the biggest technical challenge facing the Muskrat Falls project. Nalcor's Stan Marshall gave an update today on the struggles by General Electric to develop operating software for the Labrador Island Transmission Link, and that's the power line that's going to bring electricity from Labrador to the Avalon Peninsula. Now, the software is way behind schedule, but Marshall says he came away from a visit to GE's offices in England last week with a positive feeling.
So they're making really good progress. They're picking up the pace. They've got a lot of resources to it. We are, without question, now the #1 priority. So I was pleased. I was pleased that things are going well.
Marshall says new software should be ready for testing in January, and if Nalcor can get the line operating, it's possible that Muskrat Falls power could flow to Newfoundland for the first time this winter. Marshall said the first of 4 turbines at Muskrat could be energized next month and be ready to provide power in January. Meanwhile, Marshall says construction at Muskrat Falls is practically complete, and he says there is no change to the $12.7 billion construction price tag. Oil produced on the Grand Banks could soon be flowing through a new overland pipeline in Placentia Bay, and that could mean production security for the Come By Chance refinery and better access for the province's oil to international markets. Here now's Terry Roberts reports.
Here's the North Atlantic Refinery, an iconic piece of industrial real estate in Placentia Bay, and it's been processing oil at record levels lately.
We're on a high peak here right now. This is as good as it's ever been.
The refinery is within sight of the transshipment terminal where the oil produced in the Newfoundland offshore is delivered. But for the refinery, there's no easy access to all that oil. But that could soon change. North Atlantic wants to build a connector pipeline over this barren stretch of land, so it can access more oil from fields like Hibernia.
So it's actually a very small pipeline. I mean, the length is only 2.5 kilometers.
And here's the man championing this $8 million project.
You need a pump station, and then you have these 2 large facilities, both important for the infrastructure of the province, connected with each other.
Oil from all 4 offshore fields is shipped to Whiffen Head by shuttle tankers and then transferred to other ships for delivery elsewhere. But a pipeline will allow the refinery to have direct access to that product and make it possible to load Newfoundland oil onto supersized tankers at Come By Chance, something that is not currently possible because of limited infrastructure at Whiffen Head.
That increases also the marketability of our crudes from our province into the world, which is then having the opportunity to going actually into Australia and also to Asia, which with the smaller crude carriers was not that economically viable.
The project will require government approval, with the Environment Minister expected to make a decision next month. But the company is hopeful it will get the go-ahead.
There's no population in the area. We are not anywhere close to the sea. We're going overland. It's all very much preserved.
Terry Roberts, CBC News, Come By Chance.
Well, last week we introduced you to a 7-year-old who's raising money for cancer research rather than collecting treats today on Halloween. Ethan Smallwood is dressing up as his hero, Terry Fox as he goes door to door. But he had nearly $20,000 raised before he knocked on a door today. And Here Now's Chris O'Neill Yates brings you this update.
Right down to the wig, Ethan Smallwood is every bit the likeness of the man he admires, Terry Fox.
I feel like a superhero.
Ethan started out thinking he could raise a few $100s. But the donations are now coming in so fast, Ethan and his mom Candace can barely keep up.
Hello everybody, my name is Ethan.
It started when he made an appeal on social media. Now even the Terry Fox Foundation has gotten on board. Today, Ethan is expecting a very special call.
Hey, Ethan. How are you?
Good.
Terry Fox's brother, Fred, wants to congratulate him.
It's so amazing to know that a young guy like you is doing this and raising money for cancer research. For Ethan to come up with that idea on his own and to forgo the candy and raise money for cancer research, and the people have responded in such an amazing way to what he's doing. It's pretty remarkable.
I'm not a big fan on candy.
What made you decide to dress up like Terry and do all this fundraising?
It was Terry Fox at my school. It got me curious. I got off the bus, ran home, told Mom I wanted to be Terry Fox for Halloween and raise money for cancer research. Finish what Terry Fox has done.
Ethan is a big fan of superheroes, but he considers Terry Fox the biggest hero of all.
Where'd you get all the stuff for to be able to look like Terry?
That's where Mom came in.
We had to piece it together. There's no Terry Fox costume in the store.
It's amazing to see that all these years later that Terry is still inspiring young children to help other people.
Fred Fox is planning to come to Newfoundland next year. It will mark 40 years since Terry Fox began his marathon of hope in St. John's.
I'm looking forward to meeting you in person in the future.
Bye. That was awesome.
For Ethan, this call from Terry Fox's brother to thank him is a reward far sweeter than Halloween treats. Chris O'Neill Yates, CBC News, Roach's Line.
A homeowner in Clarenville has gone all out on both the outside of her home and the inside of her home. We'll show you more coming up on Here and Now.
Okay, one of the most important forecasts of Ashley, you don't look quite yourself. There's less of you.
Yeah, this forecast kind of shook me to the bones.
Right, well, whatever diet you're on, share that with me because you look less, but I'm interested in that. So share that diet with me at the end of the show, would you?
I don't know that you want it because we don't want this type of stress for as far as that forecast goes. No, just kidding. The forecast actually, we are looking at the first significant weather, I would say, moving through parts of the northern portion of, or at least parts of Labrador. We do have that rain moving in, so those little trick-or-treaters on the west coast, even towards central, starting to see some of that rain, and that's unfortunately going to continue as we head through the night tonight. And the bulk of the precipitation is going to move in overnight tonight. And you can see that over Ontario right now, and that is snow up through Labrador because your temperatures are significantly cooler. So -2 for Lab City right now, and we do have those temperatures in the double digits for St. John's. And actually pretty lovely evening tonight for your little trick-or-treaters. You're already out there right now, but 8 degrees should be the evening temperature. And those winds are going to pick up eventually 40 to 60 kilometers per hour with that rain really heavy at times, as I mentioned, along the west coast, 12 degrees, and Lab City sitting at -7. So here's a look at the future tracker. You can see that heavy rain moving in. That southerly flow is also bringing in a push of mild air, but anything north of the warm front is actually going to stay as snow. The rain-snow line is right along the straits. And even along parts of the southeastern portion of Labrador, you're going to see a little bit of a rain-snow mix. Anything inland really should fall as snow, but towards the coast, more than likely see some rain-snow mix. So it is looking like it's going to be those strong winds through the afternoon tomorrow for most of the island. Along the west coast is where we have some wind warnings, but temperatures, like I said, that push of warm air really in play, 16 to 18 degrees across the board, a little cooler along the south coast just because we're in onshore flow. Up through the northern portion of the Great Northern Peninsula, you're looking at temperatures actually falling through the day tomorrow. You're only going to reach the single digits, and it's not going to get any warmer than that. And then again, anything to the north will stay as snow. The other push of some colder air, along with some more snow, is on the way through the day on Friday. Do have those warnings in place along the west coast for the island with significant rainfall overnight tonight and through the day tomorrow. That's going to be joined by some wind warnings tomorrow afternoon. And then up through Labrador, we're looking at those winter storm watches. So I'll have all the details on when the snow is going to start, when it's going to stop, how much rain is on the way, coming up in a little bit.
Yes. Okay. You had me worried there.
Oh, don't worry. I'm back to my normal self again.
So, as you know, there's a certain bit of magic that Ashley does every night, really, thanks to a certain screen that we have.
That's right.
The green screen.
The green screen. So I was just wearing a green screen suit and just put a little skeleton on me.
It works well.
It worked really well. Yeah, no, I was very happy with that. I was trying to come up with something fun and interesting this year. And
yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll have another spooky forecast a bit later in the program, right? All right, now, as you know, my co-host, Meg Roberts, is at a haunted house in Clarenville tonight.
Yeah, but some seniors at a retirement home in Witless Bay are going the extra mile to get in the holiday spirit.
Yeah, they certainly are. Some are even trying out caskets. Yes, they are. Take a look.
My name is Renee Houlihan, and I'm the Recreation Director here at Alderwood Estates in Witless Bay. This event is so exciting. The theme of the night is Club Med turns to Club Dead. And this is a time when the residents take over and mayhem ensues tonight. And all of our seniors have been working on characters all week that they think would be horrifyingly terrible. Oh my God, it's been so fun. I mean, you know, the real story here for me is the vitality and the sense of humor that the residents, you know, have attacked this project with. And attack is the word. We had caskets come in, you know, from Dalton's Caskets. I called and said, hey, I need a couple of caskets. And the residents were like, let me in. We had to almost do a lottery to see who would like jump in the caskets. They were so excited. You know, and they are determined to actually make this a wonderful night for the children. And no matter how long, no matter how many hours they have to sit, they stay in their space till the last child goes through.
My full name is Teresa Lawrence. I'm 91. Some days I feel like 90. I'm quite a fan of Halloween. The kids enjoy it, and well, I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it, you know.
It's really sweet to see the different generations hang out and all that stuff. It's really amazing.
I think it's an excellent event for the residents, and I'm sure they all enjoy it.
The seniors' sense of humor and their, you know, stamina, you know, and it has been one part, but the other part that's been near and near to my heart is just how everybody has rallied together. We have Ryan's funeral home here brought over like he's hearsed to set the mood up in the parking lot, so it's backed in at the door with spooky music playing. You know, we have the guiding movement, the Pathfinders and Rangers were here setting up everything, and you know, they start off kind of stiff and kind of, you know, shy, and by the end of the night they're gelling, you know, like an ensemble. It's amazing to watch. And then there's the story of all the people who come to see this haunted house. We did it last year, and we thought, gosh, if we get 30 or 40 grandchildren, wouldn't that be great? And instead, we had over 400 children come through to support the efforts. And you know, the mindset is, if these seniors are willing to take on this workload at 99 and 95 and 92, then you know, we're going to come and support them and see it. And it is stellar. This is not a haunted house for the weak at heart. No, no, no. This is terrifyingly horrifying, like from zombie, you know, grandmothers to caskets to heads on platters to, you know, operating tables with guts spewed all over. This is, you know, a stellar project by the seniors.
Stellar. Okay, from one haunted house to another, of course, All Hallows Eve, you need haunted houses. And my macabre co-host Meg Roberts in Clarenville tonight. So, okay, Meg, show us around.
Well, Anthony, I'm a little apprehensive of doing that because I know everywhere I walk there could be something popping out at me. If you're in the business of being scared, this is probably a good place to be. Now, these ladies here, much, much tougher than I am. They've been through the house. Mom, what do you think of the display?
It's awesome. It's wonderful for people to come see. It's a little scary.
What did you think of it?
I like the bathroom and living room because there's like spiders all over the living room. The bathroom, there's a guy in the shower with blood on it. And there's like a knife that looks real.
You had to have been scared.
A little bit.
A little
bit.
Now, this is not the first time that you guys have been here because they've been putting this on for about 10 years now. Does it get better every year, or what do you notice year after year?
Yeah, it's a lot better this year than it was last year. They have a lot more scarier things.
What do you think that this does for the community? You know, I know a lot of people are out here, a lot of people are geeked up. What does this mean for the community?
A lot of people enjoy it. Like, we don't have much on the go for Halloween, but this is awesome. Like, this is perfect.
Yeah. Tell me, so you got a big bag of candy there. What's your favorite candy? What do you got going on in there?
I like Hits of Chips, and there's like the bars, the little bars, and I like them like a lot.
Do you think that you're going to be coming back next year?
Yes.
Yeah, really, 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 definitely. I'm coming back here.
Maybe just with a different costume.
Yes, I'm gonna be I gotta be a person that got bit by a zombie because it is not a zombie.
Perfect, perfect. So you've seen the outside of the house now. You gotta see the inside of the house. That's coming up on Here and Now.
The company came forward. No, Anthony, let me finish here. That's a really important question, and I need to finish it.
After a couple of weeks of interview requests from us and now a Privacy Commissioner investigation, Jerry Byrne sits down to answer questions about Northern Harvest salmon die-off, what he knew, and what he says he could not disclose. Welcome back to Here Now. Social workers in Sheheshi are working around the clock to try to control what the community says is a suicide crisis. 10 people have tried to take their own lives over the last week, possibly linked to mounting grief after more than a dozen deaths over the past year. Here Now's Jacob Barker was in the community today. He's live tonight from Happy Valley Goose Bay. So Jacob, what's the latest? What are people saying about this?
Well, Anthony, Sheheshi is a really young community, and what I've been hearing there from many people is that kids need things to do, positive activities that will keep their minds occupied and keep them off the street. Rose and Herman Montague sit and watch historical videos about Innu. They do this often, a reminder of the way things were, of the way they'd still like them to be.
I like watching this my culture.
It's been a difficult time for the family. They've lost 4 in just the last year.
That took a really big toll on our family. We are very hurt, and we still grieve a lot. And family don't talk much about it. And when we do, we try to bring up the good memories.
Life has changed drastically for Rose since she was a child. She says kids have to get their heads out of technology and back on the land, back with a new language, culture, and way of life.
I love the tent, I do. I grew up in the tent because I was in the country all the time. Here, I find that stuck here in the community. I'm out there, but I feel that too.
They'd like to see on-the-land programming for kids, sports, recreation, fun things away from vices such as alcohol and drugs, a trap they say they see many youth fall into.
Like, we don't have much in Sheheshi. I think there should be more money redirected or directed at these things to fix these problems on the reserves that we live in.
This tragedy happened, and it's affected a lot of people.
Even before last weekend's tragic drowning, the band was searching for ways to bring the community together and deal with the grief of losing so many of their own.
This didn't happen like overnight. And I think that's where I'd like to begin, is that it didn't happen overnight. We've been dealing with a lot of complex issues in our community, the social issues, but also the cultural issues as well too.
CUPE points out that a large number of their population is under the age of 19, and it's overwhelming to meet the demands that presents to the community. But they say their ask to deal with infrastructure and social funding goes way back, and in the past, government has been unresponsive.
20 years ago, we put a proposal to the federal government and looking for funding to provide social work training, to provide education, health careers. And with social work, we were turned down. We knew that we were going to hit this wall at some point in the coming years, and here we are.
And that social problem has now hit a breaking point, according to the band, and it's asking for help. It's put job ads up looking for about a dozen support workers to come to the community, as well as 2 outreach workers. Reporting live for Here Now in Happy Valley Goose Bay, I'm Jacob Barker.
Well, Gerry Byrne has sent the Privacy Commissioner a letter explaining his department's conduct during the massive salmon die-off on the south coast. And in that letter, Mr. Byrne says the practice of the department in the past was not to disclose mass mortality events. And now the Commissioner is going to examine what should or should not have been told to the public during the recent fish kill on the south coast. And also, as a result of what happened, Mr. Byrne says his department will ensure that companies disclose when large numbers of fish get infected or die for mysterious reasons in the future. And Gerry Byrne is in our Corner Brook office, and it's been a while. It's good to see you.
Great to see you too, Anthony.
So, Mr. Byrne, why did you keep millions of dead salmon dead a secret?
I don't think it was a secret. There was a full intention to disclose, but after an active investigation had concluded. Anthony, it is very, very normal and I think reasonable that when a regulatory body does not know or is not made aware of the exact circumstance of a fish kill or a situation like this, that there's a responsibility to investigate. That's exactly what happened here in this particular case. whether you're a peace officer, you know, whether there's an investigation from a peace officer related to occupational health and safety, or even in a different extreme or a different circumstance, a criminal matter by a police officer, during the course of active investigations,
Right.
it is not a normal course of business to release details. And so we intended to do so when the investigation
But with respect to any active investigation, you were made aware of the volume of dead fish that were there. Why did you side with the company and basically conceal this environmental disaster instead of doing your duty as a minister of the Crown and telling the people of Newfoundland and Labrador that there was an environmental mess that had to be cleaned up?
A couple of loaded points there. You said it was an environmental disaster. That's where Fisheries and Oceans Canada will make a determination. I cannot say what Fisheries and Oceans Canada will find. It's one of the reasons why, Anthony, I was really quite insistent and active in trying to get the federal government involved and make sure that they were involved, because under the Constitution and under the Federal Fisheries Act, it's the federal government which has primacy on issues around impact on wild fish stocks, impact on fish habitat, impact on ocean pollution, impact on migratory birds. In fact, the federal government arguably was the silent player here in this, but with that said, they have the greatest role.
But
we'll see what the federal government says in due course.
You license this industry, you regulate this industry. Are you telling us that 2.6 million dead fish dying very quickly, being cleaned up for more than a month, isn't an environmental disaster or an environmental problem?
It's clearly a problem for the farmer, it's clearly a problem for the fish, it's clearly a problem for the area that deserves investigation as to exactly what the problem is to the environment. You know what, Anthony, it's really important, I think, that measured views, that independent investigators are allowed to do their work. That includes officials from Fisheries and Oceans Canada, Environment and Climate Change Canada, the Transportation Canada, the Canadian Wildlife Service, to determine exactly as what you describe as an environmental disaster, whether or not they feel it's an environmental disaster. I cannot say that, and if I were to project to you that I have an informed opinion as to what has happened here in terms of the consequence to the environment, I think you'd be spinning this interview around and questioning, well, what authority and what basis do you have to draw upon to make that conclusion?
We'll talk about authority. Gerry Byrne, you are probably the most experienced politician in this province.
Well, thank you.
You've served for a very long time. You know the kind of discretionary power that a minister has. You could have, when you realized this company was not coming clean, you could have said, look guys, that's it. I've got to come clean with this. You're not doing what I'm telling you to do. You say you urged this company to come clean. They didn't. Don't you think you had a duty to actually tell us what was going on?
Yeah, and the duty to tell what's really going on is to investigate, to ensure that you know what's going on.
That's not telling. That's not telling. You knew.
No, Anthony, let me finish here. That's a really important question, and I need to finish it because when we were informed on September 3rd that there was a significant mass mortality event, I could not come to the conclusion right away by any stretch of the imagination that what the company was telling me was correct, that it was a warm water event. We got out, we got our veterinarians, we got our informed people, our scientists together to make a conclusion on that point.
Right.
And that investigation, by the way, is still underway. And in terms of revealing the contents of an investigation or the elements of an investigation, I'll put it to you in a context which I think most people will appreciate. Had I revealed information during the course of an investigation which caused the investigation to fail or to flounder, to cause that no charges would be laid even if they might have otherwise been warranted, you, Anthony Germain, would be having a very different discussion with me saying, how could you possibly have let that happen, Minister Byrne?
You're right.
You're a man of integrity, you're a man of authority, so you
You're
say,
right.
well,
However,
what you should be doing is you should be allowing the investigation to occur
Mr.
so
Byrne,
that you can come to the details and get
what
to the facts.
happened here,
you made this investigation go away. What do you have to say for yourself?
What happened here, dead fish started popping up, fat was seen everywhere, a massive cleanup was underway, and it was the FFAW that let the people of Newfoundland and Labrador know this 3.5 weeks after it started, and you knew that entire time. And instead of learning this from a minister, we learned it from a union. Now, how is that possible?
Because an investigation was underway, and it's important for an investigation to be completed and for the facts to come out so that not only the government regulator, the government itself can make an informed decision as to what should happen next, but the people know the full facts of what happened next as well. Now, with that said, we have instituted a program, a policy and procedures manual, where the company will indeed self-disclose. We started that in September of 2017. I became fisheries minister back in August 1st of 2017. By September 26th, I had announced a full-scale review of all aquaculture regulations and procedures, and included in that was disclosure, because, as you pointed out just a second ago, the past government took a formal decision not to disclose anything. And Anthony, Germain, what you also know now is that from 2012 to 2014, over 4 million fish perished from 7 different events where there was no disclosure. That was the set pattern. So we decided to change that because that was not acceptable to me. And as a result, new regulations come into place that the industry will disclose.
But that's the tricky part about what you're saying now, Minister, with all due respect, is that the past practice has been we can't or couldn't actually disclose. And now you're saying, as a result of all this, you will be able to. So what's changed? You're still going to have to investigate in the future. How come you couldn't have done that before now?
Because it will be the company that will disclose. So we can maintain our independence, we can maintain the information that's available to us. They must disclose exactly what happened on their site from their point of view, and then that disclosure actually then becomes a component of our investigation.
But if you were willing to sit on it this time, why should people trust the fact that, okay, Jerry Byrne says next time don't worry, they're going to disclose? Because this time you said, company, please let them know. How do we know you're not going to do that next time?
In almost all cases, in fact, there's only been 2 environmental events that we are immediately aware of. One was the super chill event of 2014, where over 2 million fish perished. You didn't know anything about that because it was never disclosed. And then there's the incident in 2019 where 2.6 million salmon face mortality because of warmer water temperatures, as we understand it, while the investigation still goes on. But with that said, most events are disease related. It's actually the provincial government which picks that up. It's our testing. We spend $1 million a year as a government doing oversight of the aquaculture industry, the finfish industry. $1 million a year doing bioassay tests on the health fish, and we're continuing to do that.
All right, Mr. Byrne, it's a vast subject. Appreciate your time, and look forward to seeing you in the House next week.
Indeed, you know what? The House is my favorite. It's my most favorite time of the year.
It's always a challenge to interview Jerry Byrne. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Welcome back to Here and Now. It's the spookiest night of the year, and lots of people are getting in the spirit, especially one homeowner in Clarenville. She's gone all out. We've shown you the outside of her house. Now this is the inside. Take a look at her living room. She has completely transformed it. You can see the spider webs on the ceiling and the spiders. She's got coffins. She has a lot of spooky stuff. This is not for the light here. In fact, I am pretty nervous just being in here. We're gonna take a look now at the bathroom. This is actually my favorite part. She has the hallway all lined. It barely looks like a house in here. And this is where we find Denise. She is the homeowner here. Okay, Denise, you gotta tell me, why do this?
Well, it's a lot of fun for the kids and myself as well. It seems like everybody enjoys a little bit of scariness once in a while.
Why did you start this?
It started about 10 years ago for my oldest daughter's birthday, and it has grown since then.
So, I guess, does your daughter want this, or?
She did. She's older now, but the youngest one kind of enjoys it too now, and so do the rest of the neighborhood kids.
So when people were walking in here, they kept saying, oh my gosh, how does she do this? So what goes into this?
A lot of love and some hard work.
Like, where do you get all the stuff from? Like, this is so much stuff. Where do you get it?
Well, Cones is very kind to donate cardboard and used plastics to me. And I recycle a lot of different things, and most of it is handmade, and we just work from there to create.
I have to ask, I keep thinking about the cleanup. So what goes into the cleanup?
The cleanup is probably the easiest part.
Yeah?
Yes, about 2 days, everything is done.
2 days, that's still a long time. Where do you store it all?
My basement.
Your basement?
Yes.
You know, when people come in and you see their reactions, what do you get out of that?
Well, I kind of get a little chuckle, I guess, sometimes, especially with some people. They're very surprised as to what's inside versus what's outside as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. And I know it's a busy night for you, so we really appreciate you chatting with me. Before we go, I just want to show you one more place really quickly. This here in the kitchen area. It is just... the creativity that went into this is just absolutely crazy. You've done such a wonderful job, Denise.
That's horrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very, very creepy. And you know what, Anthony?
Yeah.
I haven't peed my pants yet, and I haven't cried yet. So I'm going to get out before any of that happens.
Well, funnily enough, we don't want to see either of those things on television, Meg, so thanks a lot for the coverage. And get the guy with the axe there to start cooking you up something before you leave.
I'm thinking so, yes.
All right, that's Meg Roberts live tonight in Clarenville. Right, just before we get to the weather, a bit more Halloween stuff. There's a house in Topsail, Conception Bay South, that spares absolutely no expense when it comes to Halloween. Check this out.
Yeah, this masterpiece is on Haley's Place. Imagine how creepy this would be at night.
Yeah, for years now, Robert Farrell has been decking out his house for Halloween. Check that out. An entire bridal party with zombie horses. But not everyone is as elaborate with their decorations.
Nope, sometimes it's quite simple and effective.
For instance, this is University Avenue. Look at this, somebody's in the window there. Yeah, and just who is that? One has to wonder. You take a closer look. Yeah, it's Michael Myers. That is creepy. Very creepy. I don't think any kids are going to go to that house.
I wouldn't. I was paying attention to the light in the back, I'm not going to lie. I can't look at that stuff.
Also, I want to thank Julie Skinner for that, and the CBC's Mike Sims for the other footage that we had of that house in Topsail. Wowzers.
Creeps me out.
Also, more Halloween stuff, I believe. Before the bell even rang this morning, teachers at Holy Spirit High School and CBS were getting students in the Halloween spirit. Each year, you may recall, the departments there go head-to-head in an epic costume competition, and it's pretty competitive. Take a look.
For the 7th year that we've been doing this, all the departments have stepped up their game. Our teachers go all out in the classroom, and this is only another example of how they go all out and do their best that they do in everything that they do.
What do you think that this does for the kids?
Listen, it shows that everyone really cares, that we're totally involved in their school community, and hopefully that helps them be part of our school community, feel like it's not just for learning but for fun, and the two actually go hand in hand.
The time that goes into it beforehand, I don't know how they manage to do that and still pull off everything they do here every day. It's impressive. When the math department kept winning, the rest of the department said, that's it, no, game on. And my favorite part this morning so far has been when they did Thriller and the kids got up afterwards and got in behind and started dancing. I love that.
Those are the teachers. Now that is a staff room I'd love to hang out in.
Absolutely. It just makes that song always makes you want to dance. How great is that? Yeah, the Barbies too. That was amazing. Just before we were talking about all of the rain that is on the way tonight, I thought I'd give you an idea of what we're going to see. So mainly along the west and south coast is where we're going to see the majority of that rain. Again, heavy at times tonight. So this takes us through to tomorrow morning. You can see some areas, if I take out the numbers, some areas showing 50 to 75 millimeters of rain, and even around Gross Mourne, we're looking at upwards of about 100 millimeters of rain is possible. Now, along the straits, we're also going to see a pretty significant amount of rain, anywhere from 40 to 60 millimeters. But we do have a number of different warnings in place. Now, we have a winter storm warning for Lab West, winter storm watch from Happy Valley Goose Bay towards the coast, and then the straits, you're under a freezing rain warning as well. So you're going to see freezing rain tonight. That will change over to rain, and you're looking at about again 40 to 60 millimeters before that happen, or after that happens. So here's a look at tomorrow morning. We're seeing that big push of warm air and that southerly flow. Again, that rain-snow mix will be, or rain-snow line rather, is right on the straits. Anything north of that will be snow. So the second round of snow is going to move in for Labrador, and that's why we do have those winter storm warnings. The winds are going to pick up as well, so we're going to see reduced visibilities through the day tomorrow with quite a bit of significant rain, so or snow. You can see -5 will be the afternoon high for you on Friday. Now that system will move through. Not a whole lot of rain happening for eastern Newfoundland. Really, it's all a west coast thing for the majority of us. But we are going to see a cool down as we head into Saturday. So here's our snowfall amounts. We're looking at anywhere from 20 to 30 centimeters of snow really. Along the coast, you're looking at between 15 and 20 centimeters. Inland areas more than likely will be the most snow. Anywhere from 10 to 20 centimeters is possible by the time the end of the weekend rolls around. So here's a look at your Saturday forecast. Again, a cool down. Things should quiet down for the most part. 4 degrees for Corner Brook, 2 in Happy Valley, Goose Bay. Again, still looking at that chance of flurry. So quickly, we'll just run through the next couple of days. Not really moving much temperature-wise after tomorrow. We're going to go back down to seasonal with a few showers in play on Sunday, but overall, pretty quiet weather-wise for most of us. And then same thing for central Newfoundland. That Sunday's looking a little rainy, but other than that, sunshine in the forecast. For western Newfoundland, it's looking gray through Monday. Tuesday will be cloudy, it looks like. And then up for eastern Labrador, going to hang on to the windy conditions tomorrow. And then Saturday and Sunday flurries stick around, but by Monday, it looks like the sun should return. And then western Labrador, similar forecast, but with flurries to the beginning of next week. Now we want to know where you're to. Take a look at this beautiful shot. Looks like a postcard.
Yeah, nice mirror action there too.
I'll tell you where this is to when we come back.
All right, winding down the show, no surprise, pumpkin, believe it or not, was on the menu at many zoos around the world today.
These bears in the Ukraine are digging into a special treat, and the raccoons weren't left out.
No, of course, raccoons always find a way to get to the food. Pumpkin was also served at Belgium's biggest zoo, as you're going to see in a moment. And also the primates got into it. The hippos gobbled them up whole. Thank you very much. And you had a school full of kids there. Watch your fingers.
Oh my.
Yeah, they ate a whole pumpkin in just a few bites.
That is insane.
Isn't that incredible? Huge animals.
Jowls on that.
Have you ever
thing.
seen a hippo?
I have not. Probably actually.
Yeah.
Not. Oh geez, Anthony.
So I've got to put my costume on.
You're
for
lucky
you.
I saw you do that in the camera.
So
Are they on?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, because gargoyles need love too. If you're heading out, don't forget, drive slowly, take it easy, don't go in a rush, lots of little kids out there, and don't hit any gargoyles.
No, don't do that. No. Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween. We'll end on our weather photo for the night tonight. There it is. Not such a scary scene.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Calm, foggy evening or afternoon somewhere in Marystown. That's where it was taken.
Marystown, okay.
Yes.
I should have known that.
Yeah.
I should have known that.
Thank you so much for sending that in.
No candy?
I don't have any candy. Do you?
Nope, no.
I'm sure there'll be lots in here tomorrow.
Just a lot of lint inside this mask, actually. Have a great Halloween. Keep the jack-o'-lanterns lit up, and be very careful driving. Look out for the trick-or-treaters, and have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.